Welcome to the channel. I trust that you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the price action of Ethereum, as Ethereum is finally starting to show some signs of life after being a bit of a laggard in this market over the last year. Of course, there's plenty of good news flooding into the market right now, but I'm going to show you some key price points that I'm watching as confluence alongside the good news to get some confirmations that the bulls are stepping back in and looking to take control of this asset. So let's get into the video. And here we have Ethereum up on the daily chart inside TradingView. And Ethereum is starting to show some signs of life. We can see on yesterday's daily candle here, this nice green celery stick from the bottom of this wick to the candle body closure where traders settled up on the day was a nice 10.41% pump and coming in on pretty good volume down below. Now Ethereum is coming into contact with some short-term resistance that I've marked out with this purple liquidity zone. We can see that this box has a bottom side coming in at 3,375 approximately and a top side coming in at approximately 3,450. In recent history, we see Ethereum got up into this area right here with these wicks, no candle body closures in it or above it, leading to the steep rejection here, tucking it into the 10 simple moving average and ultimately getting scooped up by the yellow 21. So the first thing I like to see happen here is Ethereum start closing up above this liquid zone. And I tend to think that it will, but getting some candle body closures up above there on some convincing volume will be a nice confirmation that this little short-term resistance is taken out, which is likely going to initiate a pretty quick test of this horizontal right up above, which I've marked at 3,556. Now, if I zoom the chart out a little bit, you'll see I'm using that horizontal to mark out this pivot right here. You can see Ethereum was rejected from that area and it led to this big ass waterfall to the downside. So if ETH can take out this liquidity zone, start closing up above this horizontal, this chart is going to be taking on a new behavior. You can see since spring when Ethereum put in this local top right here, it's been plagued with these lower highs. Every single time the bulls try to drive the price up, it's just lower highs, and we're technically in a lower high area right now. So if we can get Ethereum closing above this pivot right here, we're going to have confirmation from the price action alongside all the good news that's flooding into the market that the bulls are changing the structure of this chart and perhaps are going to be looking for continuation to the upside. If we look up above those areas, you can see I've got another liquidity zone marked right here. That one has a bottom side coming at 3,882 and a top side coming in at 3,991 approximately. And that will be the next hurdle that I would like to see Ethereum jump over before we see some major pumps to the upside. Now, if we drop down here to some of the momentum, we got the RSI on the daily chart. And the RSI is trying to wrestle its way back into the bullish control zone. It actually did close confirmed inside the bullish control zone just yesterday and is looking just kind of drooping down below. But you know, I'll point out that this daily candle just opened. I mean, we got 22 hours, 46 remaining in this trading session. So, I mean, it remains to be seen if the RSI falls out of there or if it can confirm itself inside the bullish control zone. I tend to think it will, but we'll see what happens. We see the EMA just down below that in the neutral zone taking on a positive slope, and both of these have plenty of room to run if the buyers keep up the buy pressure here. If we drop down to the stochastic right here, we can see that the stochastic has pretty much had a reset from reaching these extreme levels right here, basically coming down approximately to the edge of the bullish control zone and is looking for a confirmed cross to the upside. If we get that in the stochastic, just another point on the board for the bulls from a price action perspective. Now, if we peel this chart out to a weekly and have a look at the momentum here, now we can see the RSI on a weekly time frame, a much more significant time frame, and we see the RSI is straight up in a bullish posturing, still in the neutral zone, but the good thing about this is plenty of room to go here. We also see the EMA getting a nice positive slope to the upside, and of course, it's obvious we can see the RSI is well above that EMA. Both have plenty of room to run, so the weekly's starting to look like the bulls are going to make a solid attempt here. If we come down to the stochastic momentum, we're seeing it get very aggressive to the upside, and it's right at the edge of the bullish control zone here. So if this price action keeps up, we're likely going to see the stochastic get into the bullish control zone and confirm itself there. And this weekly candle will be closing in 2 days and 23 hours, so we'll definitely keep our eyes on that. But from a price action perspective, it does look like Ethereum is starting to show some signs of life. I mean, we've had plenty of good news flood into the market recently. And one of those things was actually this right here. I'm sure you're all aware, but Gary Gensler is going to be stepping down from the SEC. And of course, he's been plaguing this market with all kinds of shenanigans that I'm sure most people are aware of. So with him stepping down on January 20th, this is going to make way for someone else that might be a lot more, let's just say, dovish on the sector as a whole. Typically, markets hate uncertainty and they hate a lack of clarity. And a lack of clarity is definitely a good way to describe this whole thing. So maybe we get some clarity coming into the new year in 2025. I tend to think we will. I put out a video yesterday talking about some really cool things that are taking shape in the new administration. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. I'll leave a link for it down below. But, you know, I tend to think that things are looking pretty good here. We're moving into a pretty crazy bullish time. I'm still happy to take the markets level by level, let these assets prove themselves to me, manage my risk along the way, and just enjoy the ride. But it seems like we're queuing up for a pretty good 2025. Anyways, that's what I got for you today. Just a quick update on the price action of Ethereum. I'll be back soon with some more videos. So if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe, tick the bell for notifications when I'm doing new videos in the future, and come hang out as we go through this bull market together. Anyways, thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.